Well, it's another all-you-can-geek movie cast coming at you every Tuesday, just like always. Same bat time, same bat channel, the all-you-can-geek Twitch channel, 8 o'clock. Be here live, and you can join us. But today, I'm hosting Corey, your most bestest host of them all. No, but also here is Mike Sanity and
So,
Tony Korkanakis.
Yo, feel like I have to match your
Uh,
energy there.
Yeah, well,
Woke
you
me up
gotta
a
come
little
in
bit.
swinging, man. You
Yeah, you do.
gotta do it.
You're right.
Gotta
You're
pick
right.
up the energy because Jim, again, is not with us today, but we should hear from him soon, I hope. Uh, in any case, we are moving on, moving forward, and getting right into what we've been up to. And I just want to start us off real quick because Tony recommended last week The Last Samurai, and it didn't have much time because we're doing other
Last
things
Summer
this
Standing.
week, but Last Time We're Standing. Thank you. Not Last Time. That's a Tom Cruise
That's
film, I
Tom Cruise.
think.
I was like, that's a good
Yeah.
movie, but
Yeah, I did start watching that. I think I'm 3 episodes into it, and just like Tony was saying, it's very much like a Squid Game esque competition in a way. But it reminded me a lot of Battle Royale.
yeah,
If you guys have heard that film, it's essentially like he had mentioned. You have a competition kind of preying on people who are in dire straits and need to find a way to bring themselves out of bad situations. And so, the wealthy kind of prey on those desperate people for their entertainment. But it's also our entertainment because it is a fantastic show so far. And the action is great. Love what we're seeing. And it's got an interesting story. I like where it's going. I do like that it's not just games that they're playing like, oh, hey, it's a death game. They actually have to go kill each other, which is like tough because some people know each other or become acquainted with each other throughout this game, and it makes things a little bit more interesting with that, you know, mix in there, that moral, like, what do I do here? That struggle of
right. Because they started, I think, with 300 something people.
it was like close to 300,
Yeah,
like 290s maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been cool. And again, the time period, the era that it set makes it interesting too because we've seen a modern day like death game with Squid Games here, and so this is a different era where technology isn't as prevalent, and so yeah, I highly recommend it as well. Definitely something to catch up on if you have Netflix. Would recommend 10 out of 10. Recommend. We'll see how the show ends, where
Yeah,
the final score
yeah.
goes. But
Yeah.
you know, we'll see. But and Mike, have you been watching anything?
um, watched an episode of Garfield and Friends on the free Roku channel for Garfield and Friends.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Classic. Fair enough.
I don't know if it was a
Alrighty.
full episode, maybe just a segment, maybe a 15-minute segment. Yeah.
Okay. Um. All right. That's all then. What about you,
Yeah.
Tony? And because we were both doing some stuff this weekend, didn't have as much time as usual. Did you get to watch anything?
Well, yeah, we got to watch something together.
Oh shoot! Of course. What the heck? I totally
You totally
forgot about
forgot?
that. I'm
That's what I
so
thought you
like
were
focused
leading
on the
with.
last
Yeah.
samurai.
uh,
Yeah, let's get it.
it was Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which is the third movie in that Now You See Me series, headed by Jesse Eisenberg. Um, and it was pretty cool. It's like a heist type movie if you've never seen any of these before, but it's also
Mhm.
um, with magic.
Yeah,
So it's like
not real
not
magic,
real
but like
magic. Yeah, yeah. Stage magic.
magician.
The
Yeah,
Yeah,
stage
magicians.
magic.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's good
magician
stage
magic.
magic. I like it.
And the first two were fun. I think the first one still overall is like the best in terms of like, oh, you don't really know what they're doing, so you're kind of razzle dazzled a bit more. I feel like it's
Mm.
actually mimicking like the magic scene itself because like the first time you see a magician do something, you're like, oh damn, that's really cool. But then you start to expect certain things, and at this
Right.
point, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see the misdirection. I can see the little twists, or like, oh, well, it
Hmm.
definitely isn't going to be as it appears to be, right? Um, the one thing, so I enjoyed it. I think it was worth watching for sure. But the thing, I guess, now that we're a couple days out from it, I feel like the new characters they added, so like it's the old generation with like the next upcoming generation.
Hmm.
I feel like it was almost like too stuffed. Where like they each individual character suffered a little bit because of that. Because there's not enough, screen time to go around.
Right.
So that was the one down thing, and I'm not sure if they're leaving it like that specifically for what I presume is another sequel in the works, where it's like, oh, all 7 of them now, or is it going to be like, oh, well, actually 8, I guess. So who knows? But we'll see. But it's enjoyable either way. So I think it's doing okay at the box office. So hopefully we see something else in this series, because I know a lot of people are bored with the superhero genre, or horror movies, or adaptations of either another book or another video game or something like that. So
Yeah, I think that's fair. I do like the heist, like not, I'm saying mechanic. The heist theme,
yeah,
like building the team, coming up with
we're
the
gonna need a
plan.
team.
That's always fun, and these characters, they've been good, and I like the first couple movies. There is a character that I feel is a glaring omission a bit, and so I was a little disappointed in that, but there are things that it does seem like there's going to be more of them. I think we talked about that last week, where they're already planning, another series of movies here with these characters, and I do think the new characters weren't as good either. Like I felt like they were just broke ass versions of the characters we already saw.
Yeah.
So, uh, so it's like, okay, we just got more of the same personalities in a next generation type of thing. But we'll see. I'm hoping, I did like the villain. I think Rosamund Pike is her name. I think is that.
From Die Another Day, that Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, yeah. That was not a good. That was the Christmas Jones one, right?
No, that was that
Oh,
one after that.
oh, okay. Hmm.
Um,
Any case, I liked her, and she was quite interesting. But yeah,
Let
overall,
me
it was
ask you
fine.
something about
It
this
was fine.
movie, because I've never seen any of these, but I'm getting ads for it, and you know, Jesse Eisenberg is there, saying abracadabra, alakazam, and I'm like, does he ever sell you on being charismatic and confident as a magician should be? Because I don't see it.
I think
I would
so.
say so. Yeah.
Mostly probably in the first one, because then in the others he doesn't
Okay.
need to prove himself too much. But
This one, I feel like what Tony had mentioned earlier with being overstuffed, you didn't have the same amount of a time and attention you would be given to each character. And so it might have seemed a little awkward in a couple of interactions, but if you see the whole context of that scene, it does play out a little bit cooler, I
Well,
would say.
it doesn't work out too well as an ad, I feel like, but okay.
But yeah, that's the movie we saw. We also so let's get into the box office real quick then, because that Now You See Me Now You Don't was the second week. It came in second in its second week with almost 9 million, but there was an overwhelmingly like number one this week. It beat everything combined in the top 10. And that was Wicked for Good, the second part of the Wicked movies. And it made 147 million domestically, like over 220-ish around that worldwide. So it is killing it. Any thoughts, Mike?
Is it killing its stars? That's my only thought.
All right. Tony, you didn't see the first one, I assume.
no, I'm not really into that.
The musical scene.
I'm not into the musical scene. I'm not into like let's take a classic tale and remake it again for
A movie
whatever reason,
for
right?
money.
Yeah, like I think the whole Aladdin thing just really soured me. Where I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
that's it. But it's not for me, and that's fine. Not everything has to exist just for me. I hear good things about it from the people I know who are into that stuff, and I'm happy for them that this exists, and it's doing well. So good for them, and good for the actresses and everybody else involved in it.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I'm just noticing the just bizarre behavior all around this movie and the press tours and stuff. That's all.
Fair
Um,
enough.
there's some weirdness.
I will say
Kind of off-putting
Predator
to me.
is doing really well still, and that
Yeah.
movie's made 76 million at the box office so far. So I'm happy for that because that film is so good. It even held its spot at number three. The Running Man came in fourth.
That's a
I do
bomb.
want to see that at some point.
That's
Oh,
a bomb.
absolutely. Because it is Edgar Wright, and I'm very excited to see Edgar Wright films. But right, that is Edgar Wright, I think.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Yeah.
It's weird because I think last year I even watched a movie on Amazon that was pretty much The Running Man, but it was the Aquafina and John Cena. I forget what it's called now off the top of my head. But it's the same thing. It's like, game show where you can win lots of money, but you have to not die for a couple days or whatever it is.
Death games. We're seeing death
Yeah.
games all over the place right now.
Yeah, and it's always desperate people pushed into desperate, drastic measures.
Times.
I wonder.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's almost like it mirrors reality in a way. I don't know.
All right, let's get into some news on that note because nothing is good in the news. I mean, there's good stuff.
Nothing
Our
is
news
good.
is always good. We're here for the good stuff, guys. So, movie news. We're gonna get right into some video game movie news because there was a few things that came out with some video games, and I'm gonna start towards the bottom here with Netflix. And Netflix has a Assassin's Creed live action film or series in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Did not realize that actually, and it looks like they cast Toby Wallace to star. I don't know who Toby Wallace is. Has anyone heard of Toby Wallace before on this podcast?
But he looks like that
No.
guy in the picture.
I mean, he does look the part. I don't know him, but they're.
Whatever part. Is he going to be
Mhm.
Desmond? Who's he going to be?
I mean,
We don't
whatever.
know. It just says the star.
Or
So
a Desmond-like?
it's possible. I mean, do you want them to follow the first couple games?
Those are the only games with good stories, so yes. I would like to. If you're going to do a live action Assassin's Creed thing, I think they really got to harken back to the first, 3 or 4 games or so.
You don't want
the
Prince
Ezio
of Persia again?
What's that?
Oh no, I mean it's like the Ubisoft stuff. Prince of Persia's like an Ubisoft game from that
Yeah.
quality of stuff.
I don't know. I'm surprised they're
Just
doing this
looking up
again
who this
because
Toby Wallace guy is.
they made that Michael Fassbender movie a few years back, Assassin's Creed, and no one seemed to care. So I am curious about why they think this brand is stronger now, because it's not. But
It doesn't matter if it's
what we're
strong.
doing
They
now.
need to do it.
Video
He
game
was
movie.
in Eden and Last Days, as well as Inside. 3 films the last 2 years I've not heard anything about before. So yeah,
But yeah, no,
relative new.
I think the story is the most interesting when we have the whole, Abstergo is evil, and the assassins are against them, and the Templars going back in history. And yeah, and it's a little bit of mystery to it, but and the modern day story needs to keep up with the old story. So
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's one
that's
of those
where
things where
lost its way.
I think the format of the TV episodic thing could probably do better
Benefit.
rather than just
Yeah.
hey, here's a 2 hour something movie, and it's like I don't know if
Mhm.
you can do any of the original games for the first couple games in 2 hours, but at least from what I've played with like Odyssey and Shadows, it's barely scratching the surface at that point. So
Well, let's keep it in the video game world here with some more video game movie news, and that's a Far Cry live action series is in the works at FX. Far Cry is I don't even know. It was like I think it felt like it was like a tech demo back in the day for a graphics card, and it turned into a game. I don't. I'm probably misremembering all of that, but it's essentially a first-person shooter. You're in usually a tropical area, jungle area, and there's people that you're trying to escape from or shoot and things to get away.
There's definitely a formula to it now. But the Far Cry, most people think Far Cry 3 on, and that formula is kind of like you're from outside of a natural, usually jungle setting, you get shoved in there. There's all these little camps and villages. There's like one side you ally with, one you're against. You get more violent or stronger as you go on, and there's some usually an attempt at a charismatic main villain. That's what all the Far Cries have been since Far Cry 3. So it
Far
can be
Cry,
almost anything at this point, but that's the formula of recent Far Cry. So
yeah.
I'm assuming that they're going to go with something like that. We know that we had what's his name? Uh, in the last, was that the last one?
More
The guy
recent
who was,
Far Cry.
yeah, what's the actor's name? I forgot his name.
Oh man, I forgot it as well. That's terrible. It's the guy that was in Breaking Bad, right?
Breaking Bad, you know, Gus
Um,
from Breaking Bad. I forgot his name. Well, he was in the last one, so there's already a little Hollywood merge going
Giancarlo
on. That's right, Esposito. Yep.
Esposito. There you go.
Yep. So I don't know if they're going to try to do something more like that one. Um, that one took
Okay.
place, I guess, in Central America or something. But there's lots of stuff they could do, but basically, you need a charismatic villain with probably natural setting and shooting.
So they're hoping to do multiple seasons of this, and each season would be similar to how they do the games, where they're their own different thing with different casts and villains and settings. So
Anthology. It's kind of weird,
yeah,
but all
that'll be
right.
interesting. Hopefully, it does well for them. But effects hasn't really
I'm
garnered
surprised they're
much.
still around.
Yeah.
That's just like that's like a cable channel that
Yeah, no, I'm like if it was just like a Amazon,
you
Netflix
know.
thing, I'd be more interested. I think, because they got money to throw at it. And then last thing, a gaming movie cross thing here. It kind of fits in the gaming news more, I would say, but it's talked about Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is uh he voiced a character, or we can say Gustav in Expedition 33, and he wants to make sure that we give a lot of credit to the motion capture artist that did the performance. Uh, Maxence Cazorla. I'm butchering that name, so I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah, he's
But
French. Max, we'll
he
call
wants to
him.
make sure that any credit he's getting, he that we owe a lot to the actual physical performance and motion capture artist of that. And that's that's appreciated. I
Yeah, it's
think
pretty respectable. I know we talked
yeah,
about it
because
last week, but it feels like he's almost he's got like a little bit of that imposter syndrome with the role of Gustav because he said
right.
it was one shoot or one session for 4 hours, and I was done. I don't play video games. Since
Yep.
he was younger. Um, and all he did was lend his voice. He said, the motion capture, everything else was all this other French guy. So he's like, oh, I
Actor.
just actor, just want to pass it over to him. So I think it's pretty respectable. You don't really see that too often, especially in this type of
Sure.
industry, right? Where it's all about, oh yeah, like, if this was The Rock, he'd be fucking eating it up. But
Well, even like any animation, like it's always about the voice,
right,
right?
and
Like
that's
there's
exactly
so many
why I thought it was kind of
artists.
interesting to talk about it here, right? Because you look at a lot of the animated movies, especially when it's like a big company and they get famous celebrities to do voices, like Chris Pratt
Hmm.
as Mario or something like
Right.
that. And it's like, okay, did it need to be Chris Pratt though? Like, is he actually the best Mario impersonator besides Charles Martinet? Like, doubt it, but for whatever reason, sure,
Hmm.
here we go. And it, in my opinion, that always kind of took away from a lot of these movies, especially if you see ones with the commercials and they just throw name after name after big name on the screen. It's like, how many lines do they really have? Like, they didn't
Yep.
make the role memorable. They lent their voice, but it was what the character was doing. It was the story had the character being, doing whatever. They just lent their voice. And sure, maybe there are some voices that really play it up, but at least for the modern era, in my opinion, 3D stuff, it doesn't really, like back in the day, and I'm gonna sound old now, but like the 2D animated movies for Disney, sure, absolutely, like Aladdin
Right.
and Beauty and the Beast, so on and so forth. Yeah, absolutely, like those actors really their voices to those, even though a lot of the times for the songs it was somebody else completely different, right?
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know, I just
So
thought
a
it
lot
was
of
cool.
times, I think
It's
they all
always
like
it's always marketing, really.
Yeah.
yeah.
Although when you do go back, like obviously Robin Williams as the genie, and even Tom Hanks and Tim Allen were a pretty big part of Toy Story as well. But um, here it was kind of marketing, I guess, but also he did well. And it's funny though because I feel like he's saying this like we didn't know that, but the gamer people are like, yeah, yeah, we knew you did the
Uh,
voice, someone else did the motion capture,
I
we knew
don't.
that.
I don't actually know if I can agree with that because again, we were just seeing people parrot the whole like, "Oh, this is an indie game." I'm like, this is not. This is not an indie game by traditional means of an indie game. And the whole like, "Oh, it's only 33 people, and one of them is a dog." It's like, yeah, the company Sandfall, correct, is 33 people, and yes, one of them is a dog, but there were hundreds of people that actually worked on the game that are not,
There's not
part of Sandfall.
33 names in the credits. Let's just
Yes,
say
there's
that.
way more than 33 names in the credits, so I don't
Mhm.
think the average gamer actually does know that.
Yeah, and the fact that he wants to bring that to light is admirable for sure. Because like you're saying, he lent his voice, but there was so much more going on to create this character and bring it to life. So,
Right.
yeah, and let's get into some other new non-gaming related news. And one of those things would be Rush Hour 4 is being greenlit at Paramount. It's funny because I know you've watched these
I
recently,
did.
Tony.
I have.
And
Are you
the
the reason
reason
why
we're
this is
getting
happening?
this though
I feel this is
is
the
the
monk.
most funny part
This is
of
the
this stuff.
monkey's paw thing because like the domino meme where you see the guy in the small domino eventually leading to the bigger domino.
Hmm.
It's like somewhere along the line towards the end, it's like Trump wins the presidential election for a second time, and then what's his name? Wahan visits the Oval Office on last Friday, and then Trump says something like, "Oh yeah, I really want to see a Rush Hour 4. They should make that." And then less than a week later, Paramount greenlights Rush Hour 4. Like I feel like it was a monkey's paw situation where I was like, "Yeah, I'd really like a Rush Hour 4," and it's like the monkey paw. Girls, it's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's like oh god.
Yep.
So
So that's just that's hilarious. Like there was like, hey, Trump wants this, and then exactly it's announced it's being greenlit. I mean, we'll see if it actually ever happens, but it's
but it's
just
also
pretty hilarious.
isn't it also with this the same director, right?
Chris Brett
Brett
Ratner or
Brett.
Brett Ratner,
Yeah, yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I believe that he's gonna be involved. So,
So it's kind of weird.
and it's funny because we talked about how we like these movies, and like it would be cool to see some more, but
Yeah.
it's interesting
Interesting
how we
and
got there.
yeah, and
I guess
interesting
we're not
enough.
the only ones, apparently.
No,
There's
definitely
Yeah.
something
not.
we happen to agree with. That's about it, but there it
But
is.
it's
Yeah.
funny because I've been on that Seinfeld kick lately, and just seeing stuff from the '90s era, I'm like, ooh,
Mm,
some of this has not aged well. Some of those things in Rush Hour 2 have not it's like, oh yeah, they couldn't make that kind of joke these days. So I'm very curious to see how Rush Hour 4 would be. But I felt that same way with what was it? Not Bad Boys. What
Jabal?
was it? Was it Bad Boys? What was it
what
with
did they make a recent film that you're like, wonder how this is gonna turn out?
yeah,
Back,
what was it?
back to or something?
No, it was another cop movie.
Coming to America. Oh,
Different cop
yeah.
movie. Oh,
The buddy.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes, Beverly Hills. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because that was
Hmm.
definitely like,
Got
oh
'em
yeah,
all mixed up. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
Um. Unfortunately, we do have some good and bad news. I don't know if it's probably more bad news for me, but The Last Ronin, which is a Turtles story, Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story, has been canceled.
That's
This
the
is a
movie
project that has
adaptation they
been,
were gonna make.
yeah, it's something that has been very, people have been very excited for and are looking forward to and have been asking for, and now it's just gone. But don't be too sad because we're gonna get another reboot of the Turtles in some fashion. So we
Well,
might,
don't act like The Last Ronin wouldn't be its own universe reboot thing. It's because that's what it would be.
Sure,
right?
but
No,
I
I
mean,
don't
the other one's going to
disagree.
be another Origins movie and new
But yeah,
Turtle. It's like,
exactly.
just feels like, just take the low hanging fruit right now. Like, do it.
Hmm.
Feels weird.
Yeah, we already have the other two. We have the live action version and we have the cartoon version that we just got. And so
What
now
live
you're gonna
action
do it.
version do we have now?
I didn't say now. I said we had those in the past. So
Had
uh,
lots of stuff in the past.
yeah, so we got
We
those
had the Last Ronin
fairly
comic in
recent.
the past.
Feels like those live action turtle movies are recent. I don't know why, but it feels that
The
way.
the
And then the
Michael Bay
cartoon,
ones.
well, he was his name was on there. He wasn't really involved, but
It
yeah,
sure
the
looked like
cartoon
he
ones
was.
come in around. I think there's gonna be more of that too, right? So I don't know. I don't know if we need another reboot. That's why I was excited for the last Ronin because it was something different.
I'm less upset because I kind of don't need the Last Ronin shoved down my throat anymore as a Turtles fan. I kind of don't think they should be like
I don't
gritty and serious and R-rated. I think that,
I don't
and
get
everyone
this.
was
Like
like,
you're
so,
act. What do you mean shoved down your throat? Like I just don't. I don't. I'm not
oh,
following.
okay. Amongst the turtle like fans, like everyone's just like, oh, Last Ronin, Last Ronin, Last Ronin, let's get. And they're just trying to make a game. They're trying to make a movie, and I just think that's just not what most people want from the turtles, and I
Sounds
don't
like a
really
lot
want
of
it.
people wanted it. If it's getting
Not
shoved down your
enough.
throat.
Not enough.
But yeah, not enough. Not necessarily enough. Not the right people, because it's really comes down to a few people when that this kind of thing happens. I think.
They realized what that everyone realized 40 years ago is that trying to take the turtles too seriously is stupid, honestly. Um, and so yeah, we're gonna get something that apparently they say is gonna be like Sonic-y. Now that does worry me a little bit because I'd like it to be a level more serious than the Sonic movies, but still, I'm curious to see what they do with a live action thing. I don't want it to be like the Michael Bay Turtles. That's all.
So, but I don't get it. So, like, I mean, even the most recent animated one, it took you like forever to get through that, didn't it? Did you
I
even
didn't
complete
finish
it?
it.
Yeah, you didn't even finish it. So, like, they did that. You don't like that. They did the Michael Bay ones. You didn't watch those. Now you don't want Last
Watched
Round.
the
Like,
first
it
one.
just sounds like you don't want anything. Like, what? Like,
No, I like
What
the
would be the
2012
ideal
version.
Turtles thing? What
Well, an original game would be good, but
they've had original games. What are you talking
I know
about?
and I've liked them.
Well, I'm
So
what
talking
would
about
in the
I just
movies?
movies. Talk about
Yeah.
movies.
a movie. I don't. Yeah, a good one. I don't know.
Well, they gotta
Wow.
make it first.
Wow.
If they cancel, then we
Wow.
won't know. But in any case,
No,
that's
listen, I don't
the
want the last Ronin has nothing to do with what the turtles are. There's one turtle, he's sad, everyone's dead, and it's too serious. Like I don't. That's not a
so you
turtles
want a
movie as
lighter
far as I'm
tone.
concerned. I
You
want
want it to
it to
be
be.
harken back to the
But then you were
original live
complaining about the
action.
kid. Like, I remember you specifically complaining that the voice actors sounded too young for
Yeah,
the
I
Turtles
don't
animated.
need 14-year-olds voicing them either.
Okay.
There's somewhere in between. It's we could have everyone's fucking dead, or we could have 12-year-olds being the turtles.
All right.
There's
Mhm.
a middle ground there.
The Michael Bay ones.
That's what I want. Yeah, except they looked like freaks, and Michael Bay
Weird
lost the plot.
mutants.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And one final thing for you guys. We had some Lanterns news, which is the TV show going to be heading to HBO in the summer of 2026. They kind of released a little logo thing, and there was like a teaser of Chip, I think. This is the squirrel lantern.
Sure, man. Sure.
Yep. So it's coming. It's
Of course,
still
there's a
happening.
CGI animal character because James Gunn's in charge.
We shall see. But apparently, it's going to be like obviously a mentor student kind of relationship between the two lanterns that are the main characters. And yeah, it's coming, and we will get some more Supergirl stuff soon, apparently too. But that's DC side of stuff. So,
Soured on this verse already.
mhm. So that's gonna do it, guys. That is our movie news and cast. We are wrapping up here at the very end. Thank you so much for joining us. If you got this far, please make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate that, and would we get these out every week and have them on YouTube as well, a couple days to a day later. So you can always check them out there or listen to them and whatever podcast platform you so choose. With that, we will see you on the flip side.